Before we begin, thank you very much to... Wait, Leo Prime's still alive? For pitching in over on Ko-fi. We have another continuation of this Leo Prime saga. Finally, after days of beating Sharkticons to death, I have escaped. I am free from my rubber decoy status. Take that, Primus! Wait, I didn't mean... Don't banish me to kiss players! I'm not sure I want the continuation. I'm not sure it's a good idea to continue it once it's gone through there, but, thank you. But if you like the content, you want to leave a tip, please visit the Ko-fi link in the description below. Just a quick way of showing a one-time appreciation for what we are doing around here, trying to keep you guys in the Transformers know every single day. And today we're going to do it with the usual Monday News Roundup, which I just realized is a little dark because I forgot one of my lights. But we have a lot of news today, so we're going to go through it with the fact that people are already getting in their Liokaisers. This is really exciting. Mine is going to be here Thursday. I will probably record the unboxing and we will count up any QC issues it seems to have. But from early reports, it seems that things are okay, at least as far as we've been told. It does seem quite a bit larger than the previous Haslabs that we have gotten out of Victory, which is good to see. And yeah, like everything seems to be okay on it. Yep, there's your individual members. There's a good look at them size scale wise. Now they are all technically Voyager class because they have the extra combiner engineering going on. Keep in mind, I don't believe we're using additional parts for these guys. This is all internally built the same way that Liokaiser was always designed to be. I think the exception might be the helmet, as the original was designed to be. I don't have it in hand, so I can't tell. But no, you see, oh, yep, there's your extra boy, there's your Death Cobra. Everything's individually packed. They pack these really well, I will say that. It's wild to me a Death Cobra toy actually exists. Combiner-wise size, yeah, he is a little bit, maybe like half a head shorter than Devastator. I have seen worse. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this guy. Now, for the people I know that actually did get one in already, I did have someone report that Guy-Hawk had a stress mark on him, but it seems like weirdly out of place, like an area that really shouldn't get stressed. It's not a hinge. It's not a transformation point. It's just a random spot. It's a random spot near the nose cone. So I'm not quite sure. If that is a running thing. I'm not sure. I don't see it on here, but apparently the ratchets are all good so far. No one that I know of so far has reported any major issues, but as more people get them in over the next few days, we're going to find out a lot more about the condition this shows in. As I keep saying, this is the set that will determine whether or not Haslab continues with more Transformer projects. If this has any issues like Omega Prime had, it's pretty much sunk. So we will see. But we have more news, more breaking news. So just revealed, we finally get to see the Sentinel Prime pack for Age of the Primes, and it's the IDW. It's IDW Sentinel Prime, you know, the Prime who's already had a toy. You'll excuse me if I take a sip because I have been out running around all day. I am hot. This was disappointing. I am still begging. I am begging for an actual, like, G1 Sentinel Prime. The U-Haul robot. Like, literally, canonically, the first transforming Transformer in the original G1 fiction. Can we please get that? Can we please? Someone? Anyone? Just a design? Sitting there, you're telling me Kranix? You're telling me Kranix, who only has 2 scenes in all of Transformers? You're telling me he gets a retail toy and can't even get an exclusive to G1 Sentinel? Now, I hate to admit, but it does look good in the robot mode. You know, the cartoon, or comic book, rather, accuracy is there. I can see where parts of Tarn still exist on the figure, especially in the legs, but it is an extremely extensive retool. So it's actually pretty impressive that they got a completely different character out of that design. We'll talk about that in a second. He transforms into a freaking Zamboni machine. I can't unsee that. Like, I know some kind of, semi-truck adjacent thing from Cybertron. It looks like a Zamboni machine. And it's really not even a very well-formed Zamboni machine. Like, I hate how his robot mode arms are just stuck there, very obvious in the middle of that block mass. He looks like half a grated block of cheese, is what he looks like. He's not the most impressive toy I have ever seen. I hate that the robot looks good and it's IDW based, because that does actually give me like a bit of temptation to it. But this set is almost $70. This set is almost $70. For one Voyager, which even at like, okay, modern Voyager price, $43. And then for like another $25, you get this thing. You get this. Over a year of Hasbro kind of teasing us that, oh yeah, you'll have some way of doing something with all the relics. All the relics will do something. Don't worry, we're working on it. It's a disc. It's a circle. It's a gold circle. It's a cheap imitation of the golden disc. And it's just there. This is incredibly lame. This is incredibly lame and disappointing. It's just a disc that clips all of them together. It's just a disc full of clips and 5mm pegs. That's it. That's it. That's what they've been teasing for an entire year. That's how the relics combine into a sundial. Like, and this one extra. Keep in mind. That's just a normal Voyager class toy there. That's just a normal Voyager class toy there. $43 at maximum. That means you're paying about $25 for a golden tray. You're paying $25 for a shield that has a bunch of holes in it. I am upset and my day is ruined. This is incredibly disappointing. It's a very, very lame attempt at making the whole, oh, the relics all do something together, work. It doesn't. I know. This is ridiculously overpriced. I think that vehicle mode is underbaked. The robot mode is the only thing about this that's really saving it for me. And I really don't like Sentinel Prime and IDW enough to go and spend extra on him. So I'll leave it to someone else to go buy that one. You will not see my opinion on it beyond this. We have our first look at the upcoming Autobot 3-pack, which is following in the vein of pretty much all the other multi-packs we've gotten of the standard Autobot cast. It is Ironhide, Mirage, and Blue Streak in cartoon-accurate deco, which means no translucent plastic. Thank you, Hasbro. The Ironhide has the yellow stripe. Do you have any idea how important it is to me? How many times we've had to fight for that vehicle mode to just have the one bit of deco that is actually featured on that vehicle? So we finally have that. We finally have one of those Datsuns with no translucent knees. And it makes me so happy to have that. Oh boy, yes, this set I will absolutely be getting. I have all these molds already, but I really do like having them in plastic that isn't going to risk self-destructing on me and, potentially be more solid. Also, these try to match the cartoon aesthetic far closer, and that's what my nostalgia lives in. So we're going with that. Also, I noticed that Mirage is actually carrying a little bit of a blue tone to a lot of his whites. Curious. That's a little bit different. I don't mind it. I do like the new style of the package arts. I saw the swoop and sludge pack at GameStop today, and that kind of made me go like, ooh, that's cool. Not $100 cool, but cool. So I'm looking forward to this set. I'm looking forward to doing more. We need to get that Prowl out there in full cartoon accurate deco. Transformers Wild King W put out some photos of their brand new toy line. Much more like in-hand playing around with it more than stock photography. I wish the photographer at Karatomi wasn't using a flip phone from 2008. Otherwise, we might be able to see these in good resolution. But yeah, the toy line looks sick. They look absolutely awesome. It's giving you a little bit of how it transforms, giving you like a lot of the posability. They do look. Rexblade just looks way cooler than any of the other prior Energy Masters. It's really, really nice. Way big. Oh my god, I didn't realize how much bigger he was. Man, he is huge compared to Optimus. Oh my god. I didn't catch that before. They didn't have a comparison shot before. Oh, geez, that is cool. So, I could go through everything. They basically have new in-hand photos of basically everything. Like, basically, like, the entire line now has some in-hand photos, thanks to Takara. So, basically, any of the ones you want to see are up and available. These are actually in good quality. What happened there? That's actually visible with the naked eye. I need this Ankylosaurus. I need this Ankylosaurus. Yeah, I guess this should have told me that Rexblade is way bigger, because, yeah, proportionally, this is way better than the previous Energy Masters. Man, it's just such a cool toy line. I love the playability of this toy line. Absolutely love it. Man, can I please import these without it breaking me? Oh, also apparently the first run of these like sold out on Amazon really quick. So yeah, these are doing really well for Takara. Hasbro, import them, please. No, but instead for Hasbro we get more Cyberworld. So Cyberworld stuff, they're putting out stock photos of the next wave coming out, a lot of it with translucent plastic because of the light up gimmick in the upcoming Bumblebee toy, which we have previously discussed. We have our first look at Jazz, who seems to be a polar bear. Jazz as a polar bear. Because he's cool? I don't know. I don't know. It's an odd choice. It's an odd choice. We've made Megatron translucent, complete with ball joints that are translucent. You know, I love to see that. The Primal, we already took a look at. Optimus, I don't like how Optimus looks with just flat, unpainted, translucent plastic making up half his body. That looks, honestly, I think that looks terrible. Vehicle mode especially. Like, gimmick be damned. Like, you gotta make the toy look good. And then you have Tentacle Monster Soundwave, who is this big lamprey looking thing in vehicle mode. It's supposed to be some kind of underwater exploration vehicle, but you can tell the rear of it is just his arms and legs just kind of doing this. And everything else is just kind of like shell on his back. So he looks really cool, but keep in mind he's definitely not transforming as much as he looks like he does. It's going to be a super weird one, but hey, it's different. I'll give it that. It's very different. I don't know. Cyberworld seems to be doing okay, but I'm not sure like this is the way to refresh the line. I think like since these seem to be so easy to develop and design, the kind of like shell out more of these, please. Like brand new molds, not just like, oh, Megatron with some purple now. That'd be nice. All right, a little bit of a weird one for you. We're gonna go into some weird stuff in the middle. We're getting a reissue of the Centurion drone weaponizer pack long after Siege, and this is a really strange pull. I mean, I guess because the accessories it comes with are kind of, evergreen, it's, okay, if you have an Optimus that doesn't have an axe or a Megatron that doesn't have a flail, you have that, right? Again, spare Optimus rifle, you have a Megatron and gun mode. Every toy line needs a Megatron and gun mode. And there's some weaponry here that makes sense for all the brand new, like 86 reissue, new toys are doing. Like the drill, for instance. Okay, so I can see why the reissue, but man, like I almost feel like it would have been more worth it, because I don't think the Centurion drone is the allure here. I think it's all the accessories that's the allure. Even the ones that no longer make sense, like Roller, you don't, like you might. Well, I guess if you had like a Walmart, like a Target, like one of the, like the BNR Optimus with the trailer. I guess you might need a roller. I don't know. Point being, I think the accessories are the draw here, and really we should have gotten some other figure repainted just to give it a little bit of new, just give me some reason to potentially buy this again. But it is what it is. Is the Centurion drone not a terrible toy? So it's just a really curious reissue 6 years after the fact. Someone, by that I mean our usual leakers in the Transformer fandom, actually dug up some listings we had never known about before. Things that were somewhere in a computer, but eventually got canceled from releases. For instance, for Transformers Animated, they were planning and soliciting a Voyager Blitzwing repaint. We have no idea what it was, only that they were going to put out a second run of that Blitzwing. And Sunstorm as an activator, which, that's just a repaint of the activator Seeker mold. So nothing like tremendously shocking or anything, but fascinating that we just now found out of their existence. And we can go even older, because they also found listings from Classics and Universe that never came out, which is even crazier to me. So let's look at this. So we had a deluxe bludgeon, which I guarantee was going to be a retool of the Galvatron that never came out. Skybite was going to get a toy in Universe 2.0 as a deluxe. I would have loved to have seen what a deluxe Skybite looked like. One listing for a deluxe Superion, which is most likely a placeholder name for someone that was otherwise copyrighted at the time. Probably one of the Jets. And then Universe Voyager Menasor. And no clue what that could have been, unfortunately. Like Menasors at the time were usually Optimus or even Rodimus repaints. So it very well could have been just like a weird, like almost like we have like Motormaster repaints now of Optimus Prime toys. Maybe it was a Classics reuse. No way of telling. Supposed to be 2 more waves, premium deluxes after Optimus, Megatron, Drag Serpent, Overkill at Hasbro Toy Shop. So here we go with repaints from Classics that we never got. So we would have got a premium Cliff Jumper, which I assume would have been more cartoon accurate. And then premium Red Mirage. Of all the Diaclone stuff we have gotten, of all the Diaclone repaints they have always done, Red Mirage has always been missed. We still do not have a Red Mirage repaint in the modern line. A Classics Nemesis Prime. Keep in mind, this would have been the deluxe mold, not the Voyager we eventually got. A Silver Optimus, which I assume was based on the final episode of Season 3. A White Bumblebee. No idea where they would have gotten that from, unless... I don't think Bug Bite was a thing at the time yet. That was a BotCon in 2008 that did the White Bumblebee. Classics Blast Off is fascinating. That sounds like it was going to be a repaint of probably Deluxe Astro Train. It would have been wild if, like, just because it was the only space shuttle that was left to do. Like, we just got a Blast Off who was a triple changer. I kind of would have loved to have seen the color scheme on that toy. Oh, that disappoints me. That would have been fun. We also would have had a Snapdragon, which probably would have been a off-white weird repaint of Grimlock. And then Classics CD12 to be determined, which never quite made it out. We missed a few of those. A few of those, the Red Mirage and the Blast Off especially, I would have loved to have seen actually materialized. I'm very disappointed that never happened. Man. Never fun to learn about canceled stuff that sounded really cool. All right. Transformers had a countdown clock saying 24 hours until we make an announcement. Well, the announcement was the 86 movie is going to be back in theaters again. It was in movie theaters for the 40th anniversary of the franchise. Now it's back in theaters for its own 40th anniversary. So, thanks to Fathom Entertainment, which means it's going to be one of those like specialty, like 1 week only things. You'll be able to see it in theaters on September 17th. I was like, I guess 1 day thing, maybe. Point being, if you've never seen it on the big screen. It is worth it. You see some details you've never noticed before. Like I noticed the Dinobots are actually in charge of the weapons factory on Moonbase 2. That seems like a terrible idea, but there we go. So it's cool. It's cool to see it again in theaters. If you haven't seen it, it's a great viewing. Flame Toys showed off their 4i model Shatterglass Optimus Prime version 2008. This is so disappointing to me on a personal level, because I used to have, I have the IDW Optimus. I have that model kit done. And then I had both Shattered and Nemesis in the, attack mode that they did, the anime style aesthetic one. And I was just waiting for them to do either of those in any of the others aside from the G1 mold. And I would have taken this in a heartbeat, would have built the Nemesis, because that's what I wanted. I wanted all three in different moldings. And I never got that, because they took so long to announce this. Oh, well. It does look cool. It's really fun to see, a classic-style toy, especially a non-transforming classic-style toy. It's perfect because this is Shatterglass Optimus Prime. This is his original form, his original body. Really, really cool to see again. Yeah, I'm all for this. This looks really, really cool. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to grab it myself, because I'm trying to stray away from the model kits, because I never have time to build them anymore. But cool to know it actually exists. And then on the AMK side of things, Yolo Park showing off the in-hand shots for their upcoming Thundercracker and Skywarp, which are just now coming out. We've kind of gone over these guys plenty of times. There's not a whole lot more to gain from just seeing them in hand. Yeah, they're still looking pretty good. That's a super weird mouth I am not comfortable with. No, your Seekers are about to get an upgrade. Yeah, so those are officially on their way. Stern, the pinball company, has announced a brand new Transformers machine. And this looks pretty cool. You've got this weirdly squat Optimus Prime, which I assume is because it actually transforms inside the machine. But you've also got features for Soundwave, Megatron, and Grimlock, among all the other things printed on here. All G1 inspired. I love that it's left side Autobot, right side Decepticon. That's actually a pretty neat touch. I mean, it's a pinball machine. It's what you expect it to be. So cool to see it. There's no place around here with modern pinball machines. I'm never going to see this or in my area, but you never know. You never know where you might pop into one. It's just cool to know that it's out there just in case. You can keep an eye out for it. And to finish us off for the week, another wave of Mochi bots has been announced. So, along with this run of Optimus, Bumblebee, and Prowl, we're getting brand new ones soon, which is going to be Sideswipe, Shattered Glass Sideswipe, which is wild to think Shattered Glass Sideswipe of all Transformers is going to have a little mini plushie, but it's because it fits the design. It fits the print pattern of the toy, or the little stitch pattern. You get what I mean. Getting Red Alert, we're also getting Sunstreaker, and we're getting Jazz. And I know one collector in particular who's going to be hunting that down very, very rapidly. But with all that said, that is our news roundup for the week. Tons of stuff to talk about. Lots of really cool things on the way. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.